the flow of it, that it's natural, okay? Conversational.
Good. Do you, I'm sorry, one question. Do you come to this table ever?
No.
No.
Step up, stand up for just a second, Francis. I just gotta orient this in a manner that's gonna let us see you both down here and here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They talked to me, but I'm back here.
You can still, you need to be able to still see. Okay, good. I'm sorry, Francis, keep going.
So yeah, that the flow is good, and the believability. The beat, when I reflect back and say, do you remember that time we went to Atlantic City for your 25th? You didn't like the way that part of it played, okay?
I don't know that I was that judgmental, but okay.
Okay, so I gathered that. So in rehearsal, we did it a little different. I didn't dismiss it, and there was not the anger tone there. It was just like a simple reflecting back, and we're going to start talking about it. So I want you to look for that.
Okay.
And also using the cup, using the eyes here and there, not constantly staring there. You got to go in here. She was there both times. So that'll be a different type of thing. So trying to remember some of the things that you said the last showing, and we bring it in and do it that way. Okay?
Good. Karen? Okay,
Whose glasses are?
Mine.
very good. Stand by. Action.
I get you. Three.
Fucking traitor.
What did you say?
I said you fucking traitor.
I'm gonna go.
That's right. Walk away.
I'm not walking away, I'm leaving. Don't get it twisted. You know, you could have taken the deal.
What deal? I'd rather get locked out and take handouts from the union than let go of everything I worked for. That's the truth. They didn't even offer us a fucking choice after all those years.
I just delivered the news. I don't make policy.
Do you know what it's like to walk up to the plant and be told after all them years I can't go in? I can't even go into my locker to get my stuff? I have photos of my husband in there. I have my grandfather's toolbox.
I'll get it for you, babe.
I don't want you to touch anything in that locker. They didn't even have the decency to let us clear out with dignity. A note taped to the door. What is that? And then to see you just standing there. Thought I was gonna lose my shit.
Look, I tried to warn you. I hated it.
I looked for your eyes. Just give me something, Zen. A little look to let me know it's okay. But you wouldn't even fucking look at me.
Look, I got a lot going on right now. I got enough people giving me attitude to give me a heart attack. Look, I'm doing the best I can up there.
What the fuck am I supposed to do, huh? You could have called me. Given me a heads up. I mean, come on. What am I supposed to do? Who's gonna hire me?
Look, I know it hurts. Take the deal.
No! You hear yourself? You hear yourself?
Yes. I'm so
Cat.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let's go ahead and shut that off.
I
Is it off?
It's
Is it on vibrate now?
I'm trying
Do
to.
you know how to do it?
Is it on the side?
I'll do it, of course.
Yeah, side.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right, Barbara stopped. Let's all check our phones and make sure.
It was kind of cool because she was just like, no, it
It's perfect timing.
really was.
But then again, Mariah always had, wasn't it Mariah, was it?
That was
No,
Whitney.
Whitney.
That was Whitney.
I don't know. Hey, no, don't give me that shit. I only listen to folk music.
That was a folk song.
Your
originally,
extensive
wasn't
collection
it?
of polkas, right?
Polka. So let's talk about this for a second. We'll start again. I'm liking this
Yeah.
Me too,
a
yeah.
lot.
Okay.
So step on up. We'll just start again.
From the top.
What?
Liddy.
I need a second to, refill my liquor.
That's the cheapest shot I've ever heard of free will.
Part of that.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head all night long.
All right.
The first two and
That's the one where I'm talking about.
Just now. You just did it.
I just did, I know.
Do you need some light, Brian?
Like they do tell us something.
You dress in dragons? Took me a minute, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what they
Whitney Houston. What kind of gay man am I? I didn't know Whitney Houston.
Card revoked.
Hmm?
Card revoked.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Won't be the first time.
I didn't know there was a listening list.
Okay.
But there was a what?
I didn't know there was a required
Oh yeah,
list.
no. Before you can get, certified.
Okay, this is straight white guy, I'm out of the loop. So.
Yeah, you- that's all right. But you knew it was Whitney Houston.
My destiny. Gotta stop.
Okay. Stand by. Action.
Gonna get you.
Cute.
$3. Thank you. Enjoy.
Fucking traitor.
What did you say?
I said you fucking traitor.
I'm gonna go.
That's right. Walk away.
I'm not walking away, I'm leaving. There's a difference, don't get it confused. You know, you could have taken the deal.
What deal? I'd rather get locked out and take handouts from the union than let go of everything I worked for. That's the truth. They didn't even offer us a fucking choice after all those years.
I just deliver the news, babe. I don't make policy.
Do you know what it felt like to walk up to the plant and be told after all the years I can't go in? I can't even go into my locker to get my stuff. I have photos of my husband in there. I have my grandfather's toolbox.
Look, I'll get him for you, babe.
I don't want you to touch anything in that locker. They didn't even have the decency to let us clear out with dignity. A note taped to the door. What is that? And then to see you just standing there. Thought I was gonna lose my shit.
I tried to warn you. I hated it.
I looked for your eyes. Just give me something, Sin. A little look to let me know it's okay. But you wouldn't even fucking look at me.
I'm in a tough-ass position, babe. I got enough people giving me attitude to give me a heart attack. I'm doing the best I can.
What the fuck am I supposed to do, huh? You could have called me. Given me a heads up. I mean, come on. What am I supposed to do? Who's gonna hire me?
with D.O.
No! You hear yourself? The other day I walked over to the union office. Do you know what they offered me? A bag of groceries and some vouchers to the supermarket. They asked us to hold out. They want to help. Yeah. Pay my fucking bills, that's how you can help. But you know how many people were there? For handouts? I looked for your eyes. Give me something, Sin. It was fucking humiliating.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What am I supposed to do, huh? What do you want me to do with that? You know what? This is the first time out of my house in one solid week. Do you know what it's like to get up and have no place to go? I ain't had that feeling ever. I'm a worker. And I've worked since I could count money. That's me. I'm thinking I'm not gonna go out. You know why? Because when my unemployment runs out, I'll have nothing. So I don't go anywhere. And if Jesse hadn't called me, I'd still be at home, sitting on my couch feeling sorry for myself, picking at my fucking cuticles. Why'd you come in here, huh? What do you want?
It's my birthday. And this is where we've always celebrated.
You remember that time we went to Atlantic City for your 25th?
Yeah, it was before Hank got sick.
The boys, Jason and Chris, were little. It was just the four of us. You and Brucey and me and Hank. We splurged and got a suite.
Of course, I remember it was for the fight with Larry Holmes.
That's right. Hank had a friend, a high roller, and he invited us to one of those backroom clubs after the fight. You know, really fancy. Champagne, buffet, seafood fountain, everything. Really classy stuff.
Why are you bringing this up, Tracy?
Brucey was at the craps table shooting like a pro, drenched in luck. It was just dripping off of him, and the chips were leaping into his hands. And if I recall, he was looking sort of fine that evening.
Yes, he was.
And then this chick.
Oh, come on now.
Legs, ass, boobs, weave. She was given a full service vibe. Walks up and settles in next to Brucey. Breasts were enormous, epic. I'm not a lesbian, but I couldn't take my eyes off her boobs.
Why are you telling this story?
This chick was in heat. She ever so gently puts her hands on Bruce's shoulder like this. I look over at Cynthia,
Dude.
and she is wearing the look.
Oh, God,
Yes.
help me.
Stone Age prehistoric T-Rex. And I know what the look means. Brucey knows what the look means. But this bitch doesn't. She leans over and whispers into Brucey's ear. That's it. You dig your fingernails in this chick's tits as hard as you possibly can.
Yes, I did. I wanted to deflate those fake tits. Just punch them with my fingernails.
Next thing I know, Cynthia's rolling around on the floor. 2 grown women. It was sick. She put up a fight like a pro wrestler. But I remember thinking, that's my friend. She's mean as hell. Don't mess with her. She'll fight for what she loves, even if it means getting scrappy and looking ugly. That's my friend. And I missed Cynthia who understood that.
What do you want from me, Tracy? I
Walk out with us.
can't. I can't. Come on. I stood on that line, the same line since I was 19 years old. I took orders from idiots who were dangerous. No, they were racist. But I stood on line, just patiently waiting for a break. Oh, Tracy, you don't understand what it means. If I walk away now, I'll be giving up more than a job. I'd be getting rid of all those years I stood there patiently waiting for a fucking opportunity.
You want us to feel sorry for you?
I don't expect you to understand, babe. You have never had to walk in my shoes. I have absorbed a lot of shit over the years. But I worked hard to get off that floor. Call me selfish. Call me whatever you need to, but you remember this. One of us has to be left standing to fight.
Cut. I'm not gonna make you do it again. First of all,
Thank you.
because you didn't leave much of the rest of the play for anyone else. It's a sizable chunk, and you guys have done a nice job working through that, so very impressive. Notes, what'd you say?
I definitely loved, like, there's some of the choices. And you
I can't hear. Start from the beginning.
Sorry, I gotta come closer because I don't have my throat sore. But I was saying, I did see some of the things you wanted us to look for. I loved kind of some of the discoveries and watching each other and responding appropriately. Even with, you know, when you're retelling your story, what you're trying to do at the end, you could see you kind of reliving those 19 years. Same with you
And taking it in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you taking that in, and that was really cool.
Okay.
My only thing kind of with this run through was kind of pacing, because it all kind of had a similar pace, and there were times where that was perfect, that pace, but then there was times like, hey, we can move this along to really.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic note. And the place where it really lost that, yeah, was the story.
The damn
At the
story
end,
again.
yeah. And I'll tell you exactly what happened, because you were telling it alone. You were inside you, and you were telling it as though you were revisiting it yourself, and it's not about you, it's about both of you. You were both there, and it's the thing that brings the two of you together at the end of the scene.
But how could I?
Well, it has to do with both of you. You've got to, as much as right now you're trying to stop her with your objections, I'm not sure that you're quite that committed to not wanting to hear this story. It's a little humiliating, but it's a good memory, because
Okay.
that was a friendship moment. What happened after that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys laugh about it, go out and have a drink, and how many times have you told this story in the past? Probably
Okay.
several. But he's the one who doesn't know it, or maybe he does, but you're telling him again, and he's acting like he doesn't.
Okay.
So it's worth letting this become this sort of raucous thing that then reaches a crescendo, and then you say, that's the Cynthia I miss. And everything kind of goes, oh,
Okay.
then.
Instead, it was smooth. And
Right, and when we did it last
Dang
time, that's what it turned into. Am I right? I mean, it had that sort of energy of like, oh man, you remember this? Yes. Oh, don't make me. Yes. No, we're gonna go down this road.
Right,
You know,
okay.
it had that. It was about
Okay.
one another.
Right.
And this pass, it was
This
like
energy was often just the flow of it.
it's
Okay.
it was very internal energy. It was the thing that there is a place for it. Spot on. Earlier when you're talking about yourself,
Okay.
but when it turns into this is about reconciliation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Great note, Darius. Very right.
Okay.
Very right. What else?
Francis, I have a question. How do you feel about the "It's my birthday and this is where we came" all the time line?
Mm-hmm. That's the one problem I had with, when I first did it, was like, okay, I know it's your birthday, but I don't give a fuck. And then, this time I tried to, okay, it's your birthday, and yeah, this is where you always came, and I can remember such and such. I had a time with that. I didn't know how to. That's why we tuck it this way this time. Just kind of a easy, not angry type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I don't think it is angry. You're right.
Okay, so I'm sorry, it just didn't play well, right? The birthday.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why did you see that she decided to tell the story? This past.
Well, what my note was on the whole thing is that because there was a huge tonal shift because you were confronting her before that, and then there's that comment, and then there's the flashback. That moment in between was very brief. Like she said,
Exactly.
there was no transitional thought process there. It was just like
It,
next line.
it needed more air.
Yeah.
for you to
Okay,
reach
and,
that
and
conclusion.
last time I thought you said you didn't like the way it came in, so I tried a different way it came in. But okay,
No.
we need to have the balance there.
Yeah, no, all it is there has to be enough room there for us to know that you're
There
going
is-
through a thought process.
Okay.
You can define what that thought process is, but she says just prior to that, what's your line? Just before the.
Is where we always celebrated the birthday.
Right. And
This is where we're
Yeah.
going to celebrate.
and we need you to let that sit. Because you have a choice. If you
And
say
see-
nothing, that says fuck your birthday and fuck you.
And see, the last time she got up and was walking out, and I stopped her. This time, I
She
just
sat-
looked at her,
Yeah.
and okay.
What did you see
Yeah.
when you looked at her?
I saw like, yeah, she wanted to stay. It was for her birthday. This is she.
That's what you
meant it.
saw?
I mean, that she meant. Yeah, she always came in for.
Is
her
it just
birthday.
that?
That she was saddened a little bit.
Look at her.
Mm.
Give her the line again, Karen.
It's my birthday. This is where we've always celebrated.
Mm-hmm. Keith, what you want me to do with that?
Well, that's different this time.
Kick her.
I didn't mean it like that, but you know where I'm coming from with it.
Oh,
I just-
no. So what you need to see when you look at her is not now.
Uh-huh.
You need to see the last 20 years of friendship
Okay.
here.
Okay.
I mean, what about this woman being sad and being in a tough place and needing friends?
Okay.
How many times have you needed a friend and she's shown up for you? How many times she needed a friend, you've shown up for her?
Mhm.
How many other times, you know, and
Mhm.
have you guys had fights over men before?
I'm thinking about what you're saying. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's all of that, and then the friendship persisted until this, and this is the deal breaker. But all of the 25 years still exists.
Right, and then learning the lines and going back, I didn't think about that history of it, and I just thought about being able to tell that story and reflect back to missing the Cynthia. But
Yeah.
I needed all the other emotions to be in there with it. Okay,
Yeah, and it's not so much that you need to consciously go through them.
right.
All you need to do as an actor is look at her, look at Karen, and drink her in, and decide that something you see about her demeanor, her sadness,
Mhm.
her feelings is something you've seen before. And when you saw it before, you fixed it.
Okay.
You helped her.
Mm-hmm.
And this time you're on the brink of not doing so.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
you decide to ttell the story because it's the human thing to do.
Okay.
And you can do it without you apologizing because you have nothing to apologize for.
Okay.
I think that's the answer.
Okay.
So for Showcase, that's what I did.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Other notes?
The moments where we looked at each other, the moments worked, right? And the looking away, there was
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
What about the attack on, what am I supposed to do? You really went in hard on that. How'd that play compared to the first half of it?
Say that.
You know, there's this moment where Francis attacked on, what am I supposed to do? Really kind of went at her
Yeah.
a little bit. What was that, how did that affect the scene? What did you think of that choice?
I did like it because I think it surprised Karen a little bit.
It did. I could see it in her face and eyes, yes.
I thought there was certain spaces between it that maybe could have been shortened, so we really could have built that intensity. But I did like the choice.
Yeah, the pauses were kind of undermining that intensity. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's justified or not. I asked Francis to do that just because I was feeling what you mentioned, Furious, which is that things were just kind of like all one tone. I thought maybe that would bring some different dynamic into it just to play with it, because I think the intensity, the only thing that's going to get through her logic is the intensity of your suffering,
Okay,
and the stories are not doing it, and it needs an emotional commitment.
okay, okay,
And I think then you backpedal, and I think it's okay.
okay.
I don't know if that's the place for it, but finding one where something really matters to you does,
Okay.
and that's all I have.
Kudos, I thought, on your eye line too. Like you guys really took that feedback from the last go round, and you could see very intentional places where you wanted to look and things like that. I really liked it.
Cool beans. Hope you feel better, Karen.
Thank you.
You look like you're miserable.
I am.
So stopped up.
He sounds like it too.
Was that?
Yeah, you should stiff it the right way. $3
$3
drinks, and all I got was
No
$3.
tip?
No tip.
Oh. It's tough here in Steel Town.
Should've gave her a hot
Whatever
toddy
it
then.
is. Would someone flip the lights on for me? So it's only 8:10. We're gonna forego the warm-up stuff tonight, but I wanna talk a little bit about, I had a conversation with Ryan Hastings about contracts. Because I went back through my contracts to see what I could find.
Are you filming this part or no?
Sure, we'll roll on it. There's
Okay.
13 minutes left on this, and that's probably all it'll take.
Okay, so Jenny wanted to be able to see it because she's really
Sure.